Okay, guys, welcome to the MORE Listings Mastermind. I'm your host, Robert Weichelt. I'm a certified success coach. We meet every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. You can go to morenowlistings.com each and every week. I encourage you to tune in. Before I get started, I always like to start off with a quote that's kind of near and dear to my heart. This is something I learned in the very beginning of my real estate career back in 1986. Most of you are going, shit, I wasn't even born then, right, Haley? So I want to go ahead and start with this quote. Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn. So we look forward to getting you guys involved today. Who am I? I'm Robert Weichelt. I'm your host of the MORE Listings Mastermind. We meet each week, each Wednesday. I've been helping clients since 1986. For those of you keeping score at home, that'll be 40 years in February. That is just a mind-blowing number I keep looking at. And I think that's why I grew this beard, because I just want to look my age. I'm a broker, trainer, mentor. My mission is very simple, is to empower others to grow, win, and lead with purpose. My goal is to help agents take more now listings, today listings. I want a listing today before I work on listings tomorrow. Now business is comprised of three things in my personal opinion. FSBO, they have their hands up, guys. They want to sell. They want to let you know that they're selling. Expireds are fantastic, and there's more and more expireds coming on the market every day. And of course, the pre-foreclosure, those folks need our help. So we want to make sure that we're working with those folks, but we also want to make sure we're getting ready for future business. REO and distressed properties. Do you have solutions for those folks? Do you have working with the notice of default, notice of trust deed market allows you to position yourself to start working in the default space. So let that sink in for a minute. And if you want to have any, deeper conversations in terms of working with whether it be the lowest hanging fruit on the seller tree, FSBOs, expireds, and pre-foreclosures, or getting prepared and ready for the default space, as it will definitely be coming to our market, I encourage you to reach out. There's a QR code. You can go right to my calendar and let's schedule a time and let's make it happen. Things I always like to share before we get going is I primarily work with for sale by owners and expireds, and of course pre-foreclosures. So I'm always getting headlines, and Tom Ferry and Mike Ferry and all the great trainers send out emails all the time, reminders of what we should be doing. We don't want to overthink this. This is not hard. But an 8-point FSBO success strategy, for instance, number one, staying consistently in touch. Constantly be following up with these folks. It's not going to just be on the first phone call oftentimes. Sometimes it is. We want to take detailed notes. We really want to be a good listener. We want to validate their decision. We don't want to go against what they're trying to accomplish. Number four, we want to ask strategic questions, guys. Number five, avoid the hard sell. Don't come in hot with commission breath. Number six, you want to pace yourself. You want to be, matching and marrying your seller. If your seller's really calm, cool, and collect, you want to do the same thing. But if there's a lot of energy, you want to bring the energy up as well. You want to build value early, right away. Tell them what you're going to do to help them sell their home for the highest and best price in the shortest amount of time. And the biggest thing is you want to let them talk, ask great questions, and let them tell you exactly what it is you're looking to do. And this is an interesting stat I got from Tom Ferry just the other day. 78% of sellers list with the first agent that calls. Let me repeat that. 78% of sellers list with the first agent who calls. Just pick up the phone and start making calls. Bottom line. So with that said, I always like to start off with the 5 habits that'll help you grow your business today. Number one, lead generation. If you're not lead generating, you're not growing your business. And I know for a fact, I got some calls on this, people on this call right now that know exactly what I'm talking about. No exceptions, guys. Block out 90 minutes every single day minimum for focused prospecting. That's all you're doing. You put everything away. You minimize your email. You put away everything and you focus on prospecting. Number two, track and measure your numbers so you can track and measure your success, because what gets measured gets improved. Number three, set appointments daily. A day without a seller or buyer appointment should be a red flag in your business. Follow up like a pro. 80% of the conversions happen in the follow-up. So make sure you're staying in touch. And of course, you want to sharpen your skills. That's why you're on this call today. You want to have efficient and effective ways to get business. Let me explain what I'm talking about. I do all of my listings via Zoom. I have since March of 2020. In October of 23, my wife, Carla, who's on this call as well, we set out on this crazy adventure. We thought it would be awesome to get the biggest, baddest motorhome you could possibly get and set out and see every state across the country, fill out that proverbial map on our door, every state we go to. And we're currently in Kentucky, getting ready to head back to California, and we're going to take the long, fun way back. But the reason why I tell you that, people are going, wait a second, how are you taking listings when you're traveling the country? I do all of my listing appointments via Zoom. I've met with 5 sellers already this week, all via Zoom. Now, all of them didn't get listed because you know what? They're not everybody qualifies to sell their home. You got those sellers that sometimes are a little ambitious with their sales price goals. So my point is, do you have an efficient and effective way to take more listings? Do you have effective and efficient way to drive massive traffic to your open houses? Got to ask yourself, what's the last open house you did? How many people came by? This is one of our agents, 884 people through the doors. That's badass. That's a big number. That's our number one goal, is to drive people to the open house first and foremost, because more eyes equals more offers. And what I want to do is I want to introduce you to a couple tools that we're doing to take more listings. Number one, I use My Plus Leads. You could use Land Voice. You can use, there's tons of them out there. Red X, there's a ton of them. But if you're not working with the FSBOs, the expireds, and the pre-foreclosures, you're missing out a huge part of the business, the now business. Number two, do you have a cash offer solution for your sellers? I can tell you this, 89% of the sellers that see a cash offer don't want to go with it, but there's still 11% that do. So if you don't have a cash offer solution, you need to get one. And I have an amazing one. If you want more information on that, Carla will be so kind to put it in the chat box and you guys could check it out. I've worked out a 14-day free trial, but I want to give you one word of caution. Do not sign up for these unless you're ready to get going. Because what happens is we get all excited, we sign up for it, we don't do anything with it, and then it starts to bill our credit card. We don't want that. We want to go in there, use it for free, use it for 14 days, and actually start changing your business. One last tool I want to share with you. Many of you on this call know I work with a 14-day home offers platform, and we're having huge success working with the FSBOs, working with the expireds, working with the pre-foreclosures, because guys, listen up. Speed, efficiency, and maximum profit are non-negotiables. We need to make sure we have a platform that's transparent, the competitive bidding, transparent offers, and transparent compensation. If you want more information on that, go ahead and take a screenshot of that and we can take it from there. A couple of last things here. If we're not tracking and measuring our numbers, you need to. I don't care if you're tracking and measuring using a fancy CRM or just a little notepad, but you need to track and measure your numbers. I don't care if you're keeping track of your numbers on a napkin, but you need to track and measure your numbers, guys. And one last thing before we get started, we need to celebrate our wins. Big or small, we need to celebrate them all. We need to make sure we take a look back at the week that was. Are we proud of what we did in our business? Are we proud of what we done in terms of reaching out to sellers and taking more listings? Because guys, remember, you take more listings, you're going to get opportunities to create more listings from that property. You're going to create buyers, sellers, investors, and if you're growing your team, agents. So it's a fantastic way to get going on that. So thanks for hearing me out. I just wanted to make sure we talked about those few things. We're going to get to our special guest here real quick. But what I want to do is I want to bring on Richie Sorensen, our lender. He's going to come up and talk about the Mortgage Minute, what's happening. He's got some really great things to share. So Richie, are you there, my friend?
I'm here. I can hear you.
Woo, I'm ready, dude. So let's do this. Let's dive into it real quick. Who's Richie and what's the tool that you want to share today?
Man, I got a lot of tools. If I had to narrow it down to one, I think our CRM, and everyone kind of you cringe when you hear CRM, but we have ours dialed in. We spent time and capital making sure we have the best CRM on the market. And it's not like I want to take your clients and advertise to them. We give you a free seat. We put your face on everything that we do. Our whole job is to promote and bolster you as the quarterback of any transaction that they do. A little bit about me. Been doing this for 10 years. I've got a young family. I got a lot of energy and passion behind what I do. And so I'm going to try to keep my mortgage update in about a minute here with all the news that's coming out. So last week, the inflation reports came in as expected. The Fed really watches the core rate, and it came in cooler than expected, which that's helped keep mortgage rates steady. We're seeing on the jobs front a slowdown there. So a lot of jobless claims have come to fruition. They're at the highest level since 2021, and wage growth is softening too. So all these things are pointing towards what the Fed has been saying, 2 rate cuts later this year. We're expecting to start to see them in September. And part of it is that's why we're seeing a lot of the housing activity is still quiet on the quiet side nationally. So buyer traffic and pricing momentum, they're both down. And so that's where, as a lender, we're constantly thinking, how can we help agents and their listing? What we're doing is we're helping your listing stand out by advertising a lower rate using a seller paid buy down. It's a great way to grab attention and give the buyer some relief on their monthly payment. So instead of just dropping the price, I can help with a strategy, show them how much more affordable the home can be with a lower rate. So if you got a listing coming up or even one that's been sitting, reach out. Let's put together a custom strategy. I'm happy to help run the numbers and help you market it in a way that gets buyers off the fence. That's it.
Power. I love it. Power. And they're right under a minute too. That was awesome. So guys, I encourage you to reach out to Richie, and just a quick testimonial, because this is important. We all have friends and family. Most of the buyers and sellers we work with are not friends and family. They're people that reach out to us because they see our marketing, or we reach out to them because they're FSBO. But when we're referring our friends and family, I referred Richie, our daughter. She's bought a home here in Kentucky. That's where we're here, helping her get set up before we get back on the road. He did our son's loan in Santee, bought a condo, really nice condo. Richie hit it out of the park. He made me look good, and that's what matters. That's what matters. You make sure you keep kicking ass and use a good lender, right, Richie?
Amen. Yeah, that's there was no pressure there on those 2 deals. None at all.
Well, I can tell you what, I'm kind of a grinder, but that's okay. But I encourage you to reach out to Richie. He was nothing but awesome. So here's his QR code that'll reach out to Richie. I encourage you to at least have a conversation, at least a backup quarterback, because when that first string lender goes down, you got to have somebody ready to go. I'm telling you what, Richie will earn your business. Richie, thank you so much. And that beautiful family of yours, I know that you're having fun with them, and you tell your dad I said hello as well.
100%. Thank you, Robert.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go. This is something we're just adding. This is super excited. And this is our first time doing our spotlight guest. And I tell you what, this individual, Ryan Lipsey.
Oh, we're in the spotlight, huh?
Okay. Yeah, you're in the spotlight, brother. You're in the hot seat, my friend. But I tell you what, let me just tell you a little bit about Ryan. If you don't have a title person that you work with, a title group and team that like I do, you need to. Like the lender, I encourage you to reach out to Ryan and Haley and find out what it is they're doing. We've been working together a long time, Ryan.
Yeah.
A long time.
2001.
A long time. And I tell you what, it's been nothing but power. And that's why I wanted to start off the spotlight with you and Haley. So Ryan, let's get into it. Who's Ryan Lipsey? Give me a quick snapshot of who's Ryan and Haley.
Well, I got to grow my beard out so I can feel as powerful as you, brother. That thing is looking good. Better every day. You got a name for it yet?
No, not yet.
Magnet. So I'm Ryan, and I started in 2001, like we were talking about back in the old days when it's just old days. And Haley started with me about 7.5 years ago. We don't do anything separate from each other. We prospect together. We do consults together. We do all of our business together. We're partners. And yeah, I mean, we've seen different markets, haven't we? We lived through 2008, 9, 10, lived through pandemics, lived through the mid 2000 teens. And, it's funny. The people that are out there working and doing the things you suggest and prospecting have transactions going on.
Yeah, I love that little protocol that you laid out with the 90 minutes a day for active focus prospecting. And, we are out there right now teaching a lot of our agents, coaching them on how to prospect, how to make those calls, how to also, like you nailed it with the distress stuff, with those people that have to sell, where their life change is dictating their housing change, and they're not kind of focused on getting top dollar on their price and they just got to go.
Yeah.
Those are really people that we're reaching out to right now, because those are the people that we're seeing that have to list their property.
I would add to the now business: divorce, bankruptcy, probate, affidavit of death. Because a lot of times the urgency is more prevalent of getting and exiting the asset, exiting the house, than getting full retail value. So we're urging our wholesalers, our investors, our retail agents to hit those pain points in the different segments of the market that they're after. And they're having great success because it's, a targeted approach.
Mm-hmm. And so the ones that are doing it right now, the ones that have that time structured in their time blocking, they are getting these deals. I mean, inventory, I think it might be a little changed as of now, but I think like SDAR was saying, we're up to like almost, I think 6,500 units on the market in San Diego, which that's been like unheard of for years. So we're starting to see people list. Obviously now we're running into the problem of trying to get buyers in a little bit longer, getting buyers there. So we're helping our agents come up with a marketing plan where we're going after and taking our listing and trying to actually find buyers for our listings versus putting the sign in the yard, putting it on the MLS and praying that a buyer comes for it.
If we have time, I have a ninja tip to use ChatGPT on getting different high likelihood groups that will provide buyers for the listing.
Mm-hmm. And I know Ryan hates to say this because he doesn't like to toot his own horn very often, but one thing about us and working with us is we are top 2% of Fidelity National. So we are the second top sales rep in the nation for FNF.
It just means we work really hard.
I was going to say, it just means we work really hard. So us being on this call, we are honored to be working with somebody as high level as Robert, and we prospect too. We make the calls, so we help our agents do that as well.
And that's, that's the key. And I think the biggest thing that I took from that, it works if you do. It's amazing how that works out, right?
Yeah. It's like a 4-letter word that nobody really wants to think about. WORK, right? If you do it. And that's where I think routine comes in, and that's where time blocking comes in, because it's no longer something you're like, oh, I got to make these calls. It's just something you have routine in your calendar, and you do what's on your calendar. And 6 weeks into that, it's no longer something you do. It becomes who you are. Mm-hmm. And with the benefits and the long-term and short-term benefits, when you're hitting your relationships, telling the story of your open houses, you're just listed, you're coming soon, you're just sold, hitting the distressed sellers of all forms, and then hit those attorneys. If a divorce is a good listing lead, hit the divorce attorneys and find ways to bring value to them and separate yourself from the masses of realtors and tell them how you can help them make money. Because if you're hitting divorce leads for real estate, you're probably going to have somebody ask you for an attorney lead. So now let's get symbiotic relationships out of those opportunities with attorneys. And those guys are whales for realtors, right? How many attorneys you working with, Robert? I know it's a lot.
I work with quite a few, and I can echo that. It's a great way to get business. Number one, the divorce attorneys, they just don't have the one client. They have multiple clients throughout the year, and they love to share their success stories with other attorneys that they work with. It's an amazing way to go. And I do have a special guest coming on in a couple of weeks, speaking specifically about working with attorneys and corporate sellers. So make sure you tune into that. So you guys, I appreciate you being on. I tell you, you mean the world to our team. And I strongly encourage each and every one of you, whether you're on this call, you're listening to it on the YouTube, or you're listening to our Spotify podcast, get with Ryan and Haley, find out what's going on in your business. Let's rock and roll.
Can I give one ChatGPT tip to take into presentations with you?
Please
do.
You
just go in, you say, what are the segments of the population most likely to provide a buyer for this home? Put in the address, and it'll give you groups of the population. It knows if it's VA approved, FHA approved. It factors all that in, and try it. And then take those groupings and tell the seller how, based on your research, these are the groups that are going to provide a buyer for your listing. And here's how I'm going to get your house in front of them. It's working wonders.
And not to mention, at the end of it, ChatGPT asks you, would you like me to create you a marketing plan on how to do this? And then it gives you the entire cadence, your protocol, your calls, everything. So
it's a game changer.
It's been really useful.
You want to hear a quick hack real quick before we move on? And by the way, I appreciate you guys. Chat GPT, Carla introduced it to me a year or so ago. I literally don't respond to an email unless I run it through chat just to make sure my words are perfect. And I tell you what, there's so many more tools that chat has. So don't just use it to write emails and respond to people. It is badass, and check it out.
It can be your marketing CFO, man, or CMO, whatever that is.
Can you go ahead and put that in the chat that people are asking? Thank you.
You got it, Carla.
All right. Well, guys, I appreciate you being on, and I look forward to many, many more transactions. And guys, so far, I hope you had some good nuggets up to this point. But it's just taking action. You know, getting the tools and then taking action. That's the number one goal. So I encourage you to take a look at your business. Let's take a look under the hood and find out what's going on in your business. More Now Listings, you can get in there and book a 30-minute strategy session. Go to the QR code, schedule a time with me. I encourage you to do that. If you want more listings in today's market, I encourage you to reach out and schedule a time. Thank you to my spotlight guest, Ryan and Haley, and thank you, Richie, for the Mortgage Minute. We're going to get into our special guest speaker here today, and I got to tell you, this guy he fires me up, and I cannot wait. But I always like to start off with this quote. I'm a big quote guy because it's all about mindset. Give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Think about that for a second. So it's huge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you to our special guest. Our special guest, Tim Yates, is going to share taking more listings by using planning, estate planning basics. I tell you what, this guy is a beast, and I know you're going to be fired up. Tim Yates, how are you, brother?
Hey, Robert. Thanks for having me here, my friend.
Oh, man, I've been waiting for this one for quite some time, so I can't wait to get started.
I better bring the energy then, man. I got to wake up here. I'm ready to go.
Let's go. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, Tim, so you can start, because I know you have some great stuff that you want to share with the folks. So go ahead and take over, brother. You're in charge, man. Let's go.
All righty. Let's do this here real quick. Take care of a couple little things. Boom. All right. Can everybody see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, let's see here.
Let me see. Let's go here. I'm going to stop sharing myself. You're good to go. Let's go here. Go ahead and try it one more time.
All right. What about now?
Not yet.
It's showing shared on my side here.
Okay. Can anyone else see it? Lawrence, can you see it?
No, I can't. We can't see it.
Yeah, we can't see it.
Hold on. Let me try one more thing here.
But while you're doing that, we're
gotta love it.
Yeah,
I might not even need it because I it's all in my head anyways,
Well, you do whatever you need to do, my friend. Get it on.
Yes, exactly.
And I have your presentation, but let's go ahead. Let's get started, and I'll see if I can.
All right, yeah, I'm just gonna jump. If you can do it, for some reason it's not allowing me to share because I'm a co-host on my end, so it's my computer doesn't like it for some reason. So
that's good.
If you're able to share it on your end, great. If not, we're going to jump into this. So first and foremost, I'm here because I'm going to talk to you guys about how to use estate planning to get more listings. You guys mentioned working with, family law attorneys, and that's a great way to go. Okay. Great way to go to is working with estate planning attorneys and firms. And so these are all ways that you can separate yourself from your competition, because here's the reality of it, guys. When you're a real estate agent, most agents talk about market stats and comps. I have a program that's going to allow you to talk more about legacy, wealth protection, family planning, things like that. Things that your competition's not even really talking about. And so, again, this is an important aspect of it because statistically speaking, here's a number that's going to, I think, maybe blow you guys away a little bit. So right now, if you looked at your phone, you looked at all your contacts in your phone right now, 87.3% of all of your contacts that exist in your phone, in your farm, your CRM, your SOI, 87.3% of those people that are homeowners do not have a living trust. 87.3%. If you have a database of 100 people, 87 out of those 100 don't have a living trust. Does that surprise anybody? Robert, does that surprise you at all?
It doesn't. We have our living trust, but it does not surprise me.
So again, the question that needs to be asked is, why is that number so low? Because here's the reality of it. There's 58 counties in California. I can look at the court calendar of all 58 counties, and they are all backlogged months or even years with probate cases. And so the question I was always asking, why is the number so low? Why don't more people have their homes in a trust, especially when you're a homeowner? And especially when you're going through a real estate transaction, why don't more real estate agents talk to their clients about making sure that as you're in escrow right now, you ever thought about putting your home in a trust? It's the most important thing we can possibly do for people. So here's the reason why, having done this for over a decade now, why most people don't have their homes in a trust. First and foremost, it starts off with cost. Okay. Robert, do you mind sharing how much did you pay for your trust when you got it created?
It was a long time ago, and I do not remember, but I do remember doing the video to my children, which was awfully weird, but that I digress. But no, I don't remember how much it was.
Okay. Well, here on average in California, we're talking state specific. In California, the average cost for a revocable living trust package is about $2,500 and up.
And I have that presentation up. Do you want me to pull it up for you?
Yeah, I mean, if you can.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Let's do that. Give me 1 second. I got it right here.
So it's all in my head.
It's too good not to share. Okay, so let's go ahead and share that screen. Please hold. Give me 1 second. This is going to be, I went through it, is why I think it's important to share, because it's really got some nice visuals. So let me go ahead and share that for you. Please hold. Let me know if you can see it.
And Tim, while we're waiting, there are multiple different trusts, correct? Out there, bulletproof trusts, living trust, revocable trust, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, just to touch on that really quick, here's the important thing for you guys to know when it comes to trusts is there's really only two types of trusts that are in California. You've got revocable living trust and you got irrevocable living trust. Okay. 99.9% of everyone that we know needs a revocable living trust. And the reason why is because it's still, you allow it to maintain control over your assets and ownership over all of your assets. You can make changes to it while you're still alive. And it does offer privacy protection as well as probate protection. And that's what you need. Now, irrevocable trust is where people get tripped up in. Irrevocable trust, honestly, is geared towards people that are in an extremely high income bracket, 50, 100 million kind of people. Anytime someone calls my office and they say, hey, Tim, I didn't need an irrevocable trust, I like to break the ice a little bit by saying, okay, great. First question, how many private jets and yachts do you own? Because it's a different category. The other issue with irrevocable trust is that you have to give up control and ownership of your assets to an independent third party. That's usually a deal breaker for most people. And it's almost impossible to make changes to it. You're pretty much going to have to go through a court process to make changes to that type of trust. So keeping it simple, those are the two types of trusts that we're dealing with here in California: revocable, irrevocable. And just know when you're talking to your clients, revocable is what they're going to need, and that's what gives them the most benefit. Does that make sense? Hello?
Oh yeah, big.
Yeah.
Yeah, made perfect.
I'm like, hello?
Perfect sense, Tim.
Come on, Lawrence, let's go.
Now, hey, Robert, I can't see. Is it sharing right now, or where are we with this?
I'm showing that I see it. Lawrence, do you see it?
2 reasons why only 12.7 have trusts, and it has too expensive and lack of understanding.
And you can go on the top of your screen and you can hit slideshow, or you can hit Robert's share.
Yep, slideshow here. All right, how are we now?
I can still see the same screen. Lawrence,
Yeah,
all right.
Same screen.
Okay. Well, let's go. Robert, can you flip it for me? For some reason, my computer is not allowing me to work on this end with the sharing.
That's cool. I'll follow along at home. How's that?
All right. Okay, so we talked about, again, there's 2 reasons why people don't have an estate plan. One is they don't understand what they even need. They don't understand the difference between a trust, a will. They hear asset protection. They just hear trust. They think of like trust fund. So it's very confusing to most people. Okay. So the reason why that people just don't go forward with it is because it just sounds confusing. And here's the most important thing I want you guys to know about right now is this, is if you have anybody that you love or know that only has a will, make sure that they get a trust, because the number one mistake people make here in the state of California is thinking that a will is going to protect their assets from probate. A will not protect any of your assets from probate. Only a trust does in California. So you got to have a living trust. Now, if you're in Wisconsin, a will might be all you need, but here in California, you need a trust and you need a will. That is vital, and I couldn't express how important that is for people to understand that. So when they ask you, do I need a trust or do I need a will? The answer is you need both. The second thing is when it comes to education, I want to help educate everyone that's in the real estate industry to understand the basics of estate planning so you can better help your clients, at least guide them into an area that they can understand it better. They're comfortable with it. It's not intimidating, and they can really be relaxed so they can absorb the knowledge that's important so they can make the most informed decisions for their family. Okay. The other thing is cost, as I mentioned. $2,500 and up. There are firms in California that are charging $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. And so I went to my wife a decade ago and I said, hey, Carrie, I go, what if we started a firm that specialized in estate planning to disrupt the industry where we made it affordable and we gave people the information that they needed to make decisions. We wanted to uncomplicate the process. And so we said, look, let's make it affordable. Let's make it simple to understand. And that's what we did. So just cutting right to the chase, you guys, it's one thing if you have a relationship with an estate planning attorney or you have a relationship with a family law attorney. It's another thing to have a relationship with somebody that has a firm that they can also make it affordable for people. Okay. So that's the key. It's the two things. You want to have the right people helping your clients, but you also want to make sure that your clients can afford the service itself. So in most cases, you guys, we don't charge anything over $1,000 for the same exact thing. In most cases, for a married couple, our firm charges about $995. If you're a single person, it's $795. It's affordable. And so we took that out of the equation. No longer can people say, yeah, Tim, I know I need this for my family, but I can't afford it right now. So again, affordability is one of the most important components to this program. So just make sure you guys understand that. Now, talking about a team. So I mentioned my wife, Carrie. In our firm, I'm the only one that never took the bar exam because I didn't want to practice law. I wanted to build a business that focused on technology, that focused on scalability, and focused on creating real solutions, for people. So for me, it was about surrounding myself with the right people in the right areas to help me build a company that can be scalable and that we can support a lot of people in this endeavor. So again, my wife, Carrie, has been a very successful attorney practicing law for over 20 years. I have an amazing team of attorneys. I have an amazing team of software engineers that have helped me create programs that make our systems seamless, easy to use, even for that 85-year-old couple that is not comfortable logging onto a computer. We have solutions for them. And then obviously everybody that's younger, the millennials and that are first-time home buyers and stuff, they love our systems because it's just kind of right up their alley. They can do a lot of their things on their phone. They can have a meeting with me or any of my team members via Zoom at any time, or they can just pick up the phone, go old school, and take care of business that way. So again, it's just really important that I want everybody to know that I have a wonderful team behind the scenes, and it starts with those people. Now, when we talk about, let's talk about homeowners and let's talk about resources for homeowners. Okay. Obviously, you guys in the real estate profession, you're offering a lot of wonderful services. You're talking about giving, a lot of different value adds, which is fantastic. I've seen the value adds grow tremendously in the real estate industry over the last, decade plus. And it's really exciting. And I love that. Okay. But the one thing I've also seen, though, when it comes to real estate, we're having worked with a handful of real estate professionals in California, that when it comes to gaining more trust and gaining deeper, more meaningful relationships with your clients, when you can start to talk to them about their estate, they're far more likely to trust you with their real estate needs. So again, a lot of times people will start with getting them to trust with real estate, and then it goes that way. So I like to reverse it. If you can be that agent or that loan officer that can talk to people about their estate, in a manner that, again, you're not giving legal advice, but you're giving good general information to them. It's going to take your business to another level. I have seen that firsthand. I have seen agents generate a lot more leads because they're able to talk to clients about their estate first, then their real estate second. So again, it just kind of flips the script a little bit, on that. And to me, when I talk about it too, is this. Ask yourself this question when you're working with buyers and sellers, and you're working, if you're a loan officer, you're working, helping them get their right loan. Ask yourself this question: when was the last time you've asked them or even mentioned a living trust with them? Have you asked them, hey, is your home in a trust? And then if you found yourself doing that a lot recently, or you've always kind of done that, then ask yourself the next question: who have you been referring business to? And has that business been reciprocated? I talked, when I talk to Robert a lot too, I like to tell people, look, here's the deal. I'm not just sitting back saying, give me, give me, give me. I want to learn about your business so I can find ways to add value to your business. If that means finding, if I have a buyer or seller that comes along, I want to be able to just refer them over and not have to think about it. I want to be able to take care of those things, make it simple, make it easy, and make it seamless. So again, it is about relationships, but it's being able to offer a lot more than just talking to people about, hey, have you been thinking about buying or selling? It's so much more impactful when you can even look at their home, look at their deed and find out, hey, is their home currently in a trust? If it's not, hey, we have a great program to help them that's affordable and makes it simple and it makes it easy. And again, it just allows you to have more phone calls, more conversations with people, when it comes to letting them know that, this is what I can do for you. Okay, take a breath here and lead into something that's really, really exciting for us, okay? So just in the last year, we've been developing different programs specifically for the real estate industry, specifically for real estate professionals, where it's not just about setting up a referral system, but it's also setting up a value-added system where you can not just refer clients to me, we can work together in helping you pick up more listings in the process. And let me give you an example. A lot of times when I do an estate planning webinar, I'll call it Estate Planning 101. I like to do a 30-minute impactful power webinar with homeowners. And in that process, I always like to ask a question for people saying, hey, look, is anybody in this group right now in the process of thinking of buying or selling? And because what it does is I want to get someone to raise their hand and say, you know what, actually, Tim, we're thinking about selling. We're not sure yet. We're thinking about it. How would that affect an estate plan? Should I wait to get my estate plan before or after I sell? And then that's my opportunity to make a mental note of this individual. And then I always like to ask them too, well, let me ask you this. Are you currently working with a real estate professional? Are you currently working with a mortgage professional? And again, it allows me to kind of tee up a lead for my business partner. And the other thing too is if we co-host these webinars, again, it's a great way for us to blend our databases together and be able to create kind of a full service shop for them. So again, we can talk about these things. That's very, it's not intimidating and it's not salesy. It's really just about education and talking about how estate planning ties directly into buying or selling. I mean, I'm going to be honest, with our title professionals and our escrow professionals, it still blows me away that we don't have a system in place that is kind of an automatic thing. When someone's buying a home, we should have a system in place that automatically gets them into a trust. But the reason why, too, though, is the state of California wants their cut. So there's an incentive to make sure that most people don't have their homes in a trust because it's going to go into probate, obviously. Okay, is everybody with me? Am I losing anybody? Are we bored yet?
That's huge. Co-hosting a webinar is a big deal, and I encourage everyone that's on this call to reach out to Tim and schedule that with your clients. And what's best is you're just introducing them to a powerful opportunity. Tim, that's a great thing. We're gonna set something up for us. I know that.
But not only that, this is a good thing for your sphere. It doesn't have to just be past clients, but anybody in your sphere. That's a great way to push that value out. And now if anyone out there that has a cousin or aunt that's a real estate agent, well, guess what? That aunt didn't reach out to them with this type of value. So there you go.
Huge.
Absolutely.
Tim, real quick, Tim, can you see the shared screen real quick?
Can you move it? All right. Right now, dude, here's the issue I've got. I got 6 screens. I'm in a battleship right now.
All right.
I'm actually logged in at a friend's office, and he's got 7 or 8. I don't know. He's day trading or something. So this is. I apologize for not having this, but I didn't think it would be this difficult.
But no, it's all good. I'm on the win listings with exclusive value offer. That's the screen I'm on. If you just tell me where you want me to be, and I'll be there, brother.
I'm afraid of clicking out of this because I'm afraid of getting myself logged out of this.
I'm engage old leads, past client scripts that work, and then farm smarter, proven driven messaging.
Okay, if I hit this button right here, God forbid, it says close. That should not close out. That should close out now. I don't know. I'm not going to risk it until I get through this. So if I accidentally then log myself out, I'm going to kill Richard for putting me in this situation here.
It's all good, brother. It's all good.
Here's the other thing, too, I want to get across. So the opportunity for us as potential partners is the fact that I have a lot of ways. I have some great scripts too that we've created specifically for real estate professionals to use to basically to call your SOI, to re-engage your database. I mean, obviously a lot of us have databases that sometimes get dusty. You haven't called people for a while. This is a tremendous opportunity to call people. And here's the other thing too, which is great, is if you're farming a specific area, I know for a fact you could call up one of the Lipsy brothers. No,
and Ryan Lipsy. Thank you.
I know. I was just gonna joke and say you could call Jared. I'm just kidding, man. Just kidding, buddy. Love you. You're a great family. But anyways, but if you're farming an area, I'm sure you could pull up some reports and find out. If I looked at a community of, let's say, 200 homes, how many of those homes currently are in a trust and how many aren't? Is that correct, Mr. Lipsy?
Sorry, repeat the question.
Could a new agent that's wanting to farm a new area go to you and have you pull a report that would show how many of the homes in that specific community are in a trust?
Yeah, we can pull all ownership within the community or zip code or square on a map that you send us, and it'll identify how they hold title as individuals or in a trust or LLC or whatever.
That's huge.
Perfect. So that's huge, exactly, because here's why. You can now specifically target those homes that aren't in a trust right now and invite them to a free estate planning 101 webinar. I have a couple agents up in the Seal Beach area that were new agents last year, and they absolutely started killing it because they were walking their farm old school, and they were setting up these webinars with me, and they were just dropping off flyers and stuff. And it was honestly, it just makes perfect sense. It allowed them to get their foot in the door with these homeowners in a way that was completely separate. It was almost like, oh, wow, so you're also in real estate. And then it went into this whole thing of how we work together. And it's just a fantastic opportunity to do that. Okay. So we have that opportunity together. Here's one more thing, though, I'm going to share with you guys. And then I'd love to open it up to a Q&A thing is we have actually launched a training program this year. Similar to, real estate agents can carry the designation certified probate specialist, right? Or CRS. There's all these different, certifications that you can add after your name. Well, we've launched one of the first LDA training programs around, and it's free, by the way, just so you know. So an LDA is a unique designation in the state of California. It stands for Legal Document Assistant. An LDA is somebody that's not an attorney. They're not a paralegal. A paralegal can't work with the general public, okay? So this is a person that can work with the general public. You can add an LDA designation onto your name and go through our training program. I have one of the best training attorneys in California, who's my business partner also. Her name is Lauren. She is training and certifying real estate professionals to get their LDA designation. And it actually can become an additional revenue stream for you and your business. It's 100% RESPA compliant, and you don't need a legal background. You don't need anything. There's 2 training tracks. If you have a bachelor's degree or more, there's 1 track. If you have a high school diploma, GED, there's another. But again, it's free. It's really easy. We do trainings once a month for 60 minutes via Zoom. And it's something that could take your business to a whole new level. And it's something we're really excited about. So again, it's not anything that we're selling. There's no code, nothing involved. It's just a free program to get your designation for an LDA. And then the other thing again is just getting to know me, getting to work with me. I want to help you build your business because I know if I do that, you're going to help me build mine. We have amazing people, amazing technology. And again, I just appreciate you, Robert, giving me the ability to just come on to this call and just kind of expose everybody to a little bit about what we're doing. And again, I apologize for the PowerPoint thing here. I'm frustrated, but I should have known all these screens was going to do something crazy.
I can tell you this, it's all good, brother, good content. So that's all that matters, man. I mean, it was powerful. Let's go it up and you want to go ahead and open it up for Q&A. We got some stuff in the chat box, but let's open it up for Q&A. I'm going to stop by share too. I'm going to stop by share and let's go to Tim. Go ahead. Who's got a question for Tim on what we talked about? I know, Lawrence, you had some stuff. Go ahead.
Hey, Tim, thank you for this information, by the way. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So I did go through like the Paul Horn, certified probate specialist and all that good stuff. The LDA, how many people know those acronyms in the industry when they see that?
So that's the thing. A lot of people, even in the legal industry, even one of our attorneys, very few people know it. It's because, I mean, here's the thing. It's a very unique niche. I applaud. There's not a lot of things I applaud the state of California for doing, but I applaud them for being on the cutting edge of identifying that there's a niche in the legal industry that is needed. Because again, you have attorneys, which often outprice people for legal services. And then you have paralegals who, again, can't work with the general public and they have to work and be supervised by an attorney. So the LDA is a middle ground area right there. It's the sweet spot, again, that very few people know about, that allows you to now offer services ranging from estate planning. I mean, here's the other thing too. We talked about divorce earlier. We're going to be launching basically an uncontested divorce division within our firm, which means this. The average cost for divorces in California, check this out. The average cost for a divorce in California ranges between $15,000 and $30,000 per person. Okay, so you are looking at $30,000 to $60,000 for a couple to litigate a divorce in a community property state. We are going to allow them to basically not fight because we're going to tell them, hey, look, the only people that win in divorce cases are the attorneys. For a third of that price, we're going to help you get through your divorce without having to go through the litigation process. And as opposed to spending $15,000 to $30,000 a piece, you might be spending, $2,000 to $3,000 a piece, and it's all done. That's the possibility of being where the LDA comes in. We can do a lot of different legal services. I also do a lot of work for title companies when it comes to just deed correction, doing quitclaim deeds, interspousal transfer deeds, TODs, all that kind of stuff. So when you're part of our training program, we're going to teach you a lot of different areas where you could expand your business in after you quote unquote graduate and become a registered and bonded LDA in the county that you're in. So it's just an exciting field, as you can tell. And to me, it's going to be the perfect fit for real estate professionals because it goes hand in hand. And it's just going to make things even better for the general public.
Got it.
I love it. Who else has got a question? This is good stuff. We can go on forever. What else you got? Who else has got a question? How can it help you grow your business? There's a lot of good stuff going on. Any other questions before we let Tim get back to helping other folks?
And Tim, you're in a different state, correct? You're not in California.
No, I'm here in San Diego.
Oh, you're in San Diego. Okay, perfect.
Beautiful San Diego.
Tim, can you drop your information in the chat as well?
Yes. Can someone, Robert or Carla, can maybe do that? Because I'm afraid of touching anything at this point.
I'll put it in the chat.
Go ahead and do it.
Oh, Carla, thank you. Carla. Mandy, go ahead. You got a question.
Hey, Tim. Thank you. This was great. So how long is this training?
Great question. Okay, so here's the best part about it. Okay, if you have a bachelor's or a master's degree, the training is 12 months. If you have a high school diploma or GED, it's 24 months. Now, here's the good part though. The training that I mentioned, it's one 60-minute Zoom call a month. And then it's also, think of me as, like you can access me and my team as much as needed. Like we're going to supply you with scripts. You can actually launch your business when you're in training, and you can actually receive income from these transactions while you're in training. Then after you complete your training, then you can really open up your margins and start charging the general public whatever you want for the services that you decide to launch within your LDA business. You'll be your own independent operator. You can utilize our systems. And here's the best part about it, guys. This is why I'm so excited. This program isn't about taking you guys away from your profession and what you're doing right now in whatever industry you're in. What it's going to do is allow you to offer an additional service that's going to enhance your business, but you're not going to be dragged down, sitting behind a computer, filling out forms and creating a 150-page estate planning document. The average estate planning document is about 125 pages long. We are not going to teach you how to do that. My software program and our systems do all the heavy lifting for you. All you have to do is submit your clients into the system, and you're going to get paid. And it is phenomenal. This is a game changer. So what I'm saying is that back to the training. So whether you fall under the 12 or 24-month track, and that is mandated by the state of California, by the way. That's not our internal thing. It's 12 or 24 months. That's mandated by the state of California. But it doesn't matter, even if you're in the longer one. It just means you're going to learn more. But you don't have to wait until you graduate to engage people with our services. You don't have to wait to receive compensation for those services. You're just going to be really much what you're going to be earning while you're learning. And it's something that, again, I'm ecstatic about. I don't even know where to begin. That's how happy I am.
And you know what's interesting? You know what the best thing, and I don't mean to cut you off, Mandy, 1 second, but I think the biggest thing that we got to remember, our goal is to work with buyers, sellers, and investors. Our goal is to not only help them sell their home for the highest and best price in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of liability, hassle, and expense, like normal listing agents do. Our goal is to bring them great lending services, great title services. This is just one more tool in our tool belt because we need to capture them all. Because if anyone wants to buy a house, hopefully they want to come to us, but we want to make sure we set ourselves up for the one phone call. It goes to Robert. I want to paint my house. Call Robert. He knows somebody. I want to get a living trust. Call Robert. I know he can help me out. We want to become the one phone call resource. And this is just another tool in our tool belt. Tim, what else would you like to share before we get out of here today?
Yeah, I mean, what you just said, Robert, is view this as another tool in the tool belt, but in a way that, again, can help you really. It's a different tool now that nobody else has. It's a tool that allows you, like I said, imagine that if you just get to know people and they get to know you as somebody that they can call for, hey, unfortunately, Robert, my wife and I might be going through a divorce. Who should we talk to? You would have the ability to do a lot of things with that. And so this is a tool that's going to allow you to bring in more people to you, to view you as more of that real advisor person, that more so than just you make your income in one area, but you can actually make income in multiple areas now and also be more of a service provider, a one-stop shop in essence. And that's what makes me excited about this, because together, you guys, we can all really be successful.
Yeah, I'm super psyched on that. Mandy, you have another question?
Not a question, but I totally agree. And Tim, I'm going to contact you. My situation is a little unique because I'm German. So I'm not sure. I went to 12 years of school, obviously, and plus more of education. But my situation is a little different. So I'm going to contact you.
Okay, no, absolutely. And just on that note, real quick, the process, just so you know, when we're doing this, we have it's called an LDA questionnaire. So if anybody decides, hey, I want to look into this again, there's no cost. It's just, you can enroll if you want, but you fill out a basic questionnaire, which allows me to learn a little bit about you, who you are, your background, your business. At that point, we're basically talking about enrollment, and then you're going to get an MBA in this area. But our whole focus, though, again, is to help you enhance your existing business, not to take you away from it, to enhance your existing business and take it to a whole new level.
Yeah, I agree.
Amen to that. Well, guys, I tell you what, we're at the top of the hour. We appreciate Tim. I tell you what, man, that was powerful. I tell you what, I can't wait to have you back on for some updates in that space. I want to thank my bride for running the chat box. Thank you, dear. and Richie for the Mortgage Minute, Ryan and Haley coming in for a quick update on what's going on in title. Hope you guys took some really good nuggets away from that. And first and foremost, I want to thank my special guest, Tim Yates, longtime friend, rock and roll drummer, and just a cool dude. Reach out to him, find out what we can do to add more tools in our tool belt. So remember, I always like to end it with this. Don't just survive in real estate, thrive. Let's book a strategy session. Let's find out what's going on in your business, how we can take a look under the hood and take more listings. So this is Robert Weichelt, the host of the MORE Listings Mastermind, signing off. Thank you all for jumping on. We will stop the recording, but we're going to definitely jump on and have some Q&A offline. But thanks for joining the MORE Listings Mastermind. You guys are awesome. Have a good day.